she
We're
is.
about to record.
Don't care. Everyone knows it.
That's right.
The Tastiest Show on 100.4 FM.
It's proudly brought to you by Salt on the Waterfront.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Taranaki Foodies, the tastiest food show on 100.4 FM. It's us, Olina Williams, Warwick Foy, and amazing duo in the studio. Karen and Rusty, foodie and her dog, lady with the corgi, Taranaki Foodies admin, and the ambassador of local hospo and the local taster of food. So those two are known because they're everywhere in Taranaki trying food, talking about it, making unusual friends, and kind of bringing the food of local producers and food vendors to the light of the bigger world. Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you so much.
So, the playlist was formed by me today, and I just couldn't hold myself. There's lots of odd and funky music today, and the first music piece is called Corgi. Let's listen together.
You just get a little bit closer and just lift your mic up a little, please.
This way?
Yep, and just a bit closer.
But I'll be off the camera, would it be fine?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we're recording the sound here as well.
Oh.
So, what language is that?
Korean.
Korean. Oh, Koreans love corgis. I switched it off. Okay. So I mean, I can send this music to you later on to listen if you want. Apparently, it's kind of an iconic in Korea. It's in Japan as well. It's an iconic dog. A lot of fancy rich people have corgis.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's the whole meme, like animated memes there. So you probably so you have lots of merchandise of corgis, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just everything basically.
It's from Temu, by the way.
Oh, that's like yes. This is one of the. I mean, Telegram and a lot of platforms have corgi because they're cute and they look like they're smiling, right?
Yes, all the time.
It's also quite interesting that different nationalities see different things in them. Like for English speaking, it's basically a rural thing. Yeah. Rusty, so nice to have you here. You look like an old man, but I mean, for 105-year-old, you look well.
Can he walk at all? When did he stop being able to walk?
Around November 2024, so it's been a year.
Quite a while.
And I've got the best vet. She asked me a few questions. She says, "Are you squeamish with bodily fluids?" I said. And she says, "Do you want to learn how to express his bladder?" And I said, "I will do it." And she says, "Because most people start putting their dogs down when they get incontinent, you know." And she says, "If you can manage that, chances are you will be able to cope, and then you will live with him." You know. So
Yeah, most people put their dogs down, and because it's too much efforts.
the entire living room is covered with a huge plastic sheet, towels and training pads. You know, and it's like at this stage I don't care. The house looks horrible, but I don't care. It's about him. You know?
Right. Brooke probably likes the cuteness of the song. About to finish. Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies, the tastiest food show on 100.4 FM, proudly sponsored by Salt Restaurant of Millennium Hotels. And we are here for a treat. We had an interview here 5 years ago with a duo that is in the studio today as well. Karen and Rusty, foodie and her dog, lady with the corgi, Taranaki Foodies admin, and ambassador for the local hospo businesses. So, a lot of people know you because of that.
Actually, they know him, not me. He's the famous one, which is well deserved. Yeah.
I think the two of you are just working very well together. A lot of people know the dog and know that the dog loves carrots, right? Is he still in love with those?
He loves carrots, but because he's now 15 and a half, coming to 15 and a half, like old people, they can't chew a lot, dentition is an issue and all that. So what I do now is, he gets the royal treatment because he's the royal dog. And I cut the carrots to dices, microwave it for 1 minute, so it's nice, soft, cool it, then he gets it.
Oh.
Instead of a whole carrot, it used to be a whole carrot.
Oh, nice.
Does he eat other things?
Any veg, broccoli, pumpkin.
So he doesn't eat meat?
He does, yeah.
Like fillet steak or
Too expensive.
jelly meat or luncheon?
Oh, he likes all that, yeah. But it's mainly kibble, and he gets a special senior diet. And obviously, his veggies and all that. Loves plain yogurt. He now has to take some homeopathic medication, and it's in droplets. And so the vet says to mix it with plain yogurt. Loves it.
Wow. No, he is an icon, Rusty.
Oh.
When he was sick in January, he said you nearly lost him. What was wrong with him?
Oh, apparently he suddenly had an epileptic fit, which he's never had, and then obviously we found out, it's due to old age. His kidneys were not 100%, they still are not. The liver wasn't great, but the liver's actually much better now.
So we, at the suggestion of Glenn, you know who you are, we changed the banner on Ramen Life Taranaki to feature Rusty.
Oh,
Some ramen.
Yes,
Oh.
he
And
was
he's
a
been
love
there,
Rusty.
he's been there ever since, so
that's
he is
amazing.
iconic.
Thank
And
you.
at 15 and a half years old, he is 105 in human years. So his health now, he's immobile, and some bodily functions not working, but he is happy and
yes, he's still happy. I mean, he's alert. He's still happy. He's alert, but he tends to look down a little bit.
Yeah,
But no, he's
yeah.
alert. He knows what's going on.
Mm.
The appetite is amazing. He eats like a monster.
And is he his vision and hearing?
Hearing a bit off, vision. He's had quite a number of eye surgeries. I think he's had 6 surgeries on one eye, 3 on the other, due to cornea ulcers. This was a couple of years ago. So I would say his vision is not 100%, but he's not blind. He can still see, whenever I drop something and all that. So yeah.
So when you push him around in his, I don't want to call it a pram,
Oh, I call it the Corgi Mobile.
the Corgi Mobile. He loves that. He loves to
Oh, he
see
loves
what's
it.
going on.
He loves it. And the thing is, because it's such an unusual sight, people will stop, they want to pet him. I mean, even the homeless guys on the street, stop me and want to talk to him. And one guy was like, oh, this is so nice, if more people could do this and push, their dogs around,
And does he have a special seat in the car?
Actually the boot, and it's called the business class cabin.
So it's comfortable for him.
It's comfortable. There's a doggy bed. There's a doggy bed there. There's water. There's cushions and all that. So he's
It's his car with the driver, basically.
All right.
So when we interviewing you 5 years ago, he was in much better health because
Definitely.
5 years in the dog's years is a long time.
Indeed.
And we mentioned that a lot of people say that, oh my gosh, he's so lucky. And then you said an amazing phrase, I'm so lucky.
I'm lucky to have him. It's
Yeah.
the other way around. People often say, oh, the dog is so lucky, you treat him well, you feed him well, you take care of him. I'm like, no, actually, I'm the lucky one because I'm here as a solo migrant, I don't have family and all that. He means my world, and being super introverted, I don't really socialize, but back in the day when we could walk, he would force me to take him out because it's something that you have to do as a dog owner. And I remember one day I was at the White Hart when it was then Public Catering. I think they changed the name to Public Kitchen now. And there I was sitting with this fella, and this lady comes up to me and she said, oh, Corgi, I get it all the time. People squeal, they see a Corgi, they get super excited. And she's like, oh, you got a Corgi, what's his name? I said, oh, Rusty. Oh, how old is he? So, start a conversation. She tells me, hey, can I get your name and number? Maybe we could go out for a walk. I thought, oh, yeah. So I give her my number. Next thing, she forms the new Plymouth Corgi Walking Group. And through this boy, I have a new group of friends. I mean, we all are Corgi owners. And in fact, you would have seen us in the Lions Christmas Parade at the end of the year. We've done it several times. I mean, we couldn't do it last year because it was too hot. Really too hot. Yeah.
How many people?
I would say 10 to 12. I mean, it's come and go because the older dogs pass away, new puppies come in. He's now the oldest one in the group. Yeah.
some people start movement with less than 10. So when Warwick started his, we did a ramen shop. It was him and his friend, only two.
Oh.
And then it
Who's
grew.
my fan? Did I have a fan?
Friend. Well, you have a lot of fans, including me. I'm in your fan group.
I'm
your
impressed with your
cheerleader.
ramen. Very impressed.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. It's something about you too, because wherever you go, whatever you do, it just starts something beautiful. Like several years ago, or maybe a month ago, we had this roadwork which were brutal for some little shops in Vogeltown. And just one post of yours in Taranaki Foodies created the whole movement. I don't remember how many thousand people watched it, but reacted differently in hundreds. And a lot of people went and just bought something. Sometimes
Oh,
it
that's
was a
nice.
coffee or a drink, or just came and support them. And no one expected it to happen. And it's just like Lady with the Corgi initiated this amazing thing. And I mean, you don't get anything from it, but it makes the whole region so much better and connected. So thank you for doing this.
Welcome. And I think it's so important to give these business owners morale, because I feel like, imagine there's a roadwork going on, no traffic, nobody, it's so depressing. And I thought, you know what, because I think I was probably on leave that day, or I worked from home. I can't remember what it was, but I remembered driving up there for lunch, seeing that there was nobody, and I thought, how depressing is the school holidays? Shouldn't moms be even taking their kids there to get a pack of sushi or maybe some, fish and chips? So I thought, I'm just gonna write an article. So in fact, when you mentioned, to me that it received pretty good response, I thought, nice.
That
nice.
was the Vogeltown, the sushi.
Yes, Ramti's fish and
Yeah, next
chips.
door, yeah.
And
Thomas
think
Rustis,
Yum Yum
I
Sushi.
think they should have renamed.
Yeah. I went there as a result of your post.
Oh,
I
really?
knew the sushi shop was there, but I'd never tried it. And I go there
Lovely
a
old
bit more
couple.
now. It's
Lovely
great,
old couple.
yeah.
Yep.
And they're super kind. And he adds up the cost in his head. He has a little stick and he goes, $17.
And it was interesting because I don't speak Japanese at all. I just know a few phrases, but I just went in, said hello in Japanese, one or two phrases, and of course, being an ex-chef, I know the items in Japanese, so I could name the different types of sushi in Japanese. He was like, "Oh, you Japanese? Which part of Japan are you from?" I said, "No, not from Japan at all." And then he's like, "Oh, but you can speak." And I said, "Oh, my late father used to work for a multinational company, and it was a Japanese firm, and he was there for about 35 years."
I think that they are such
Oh,
a
sorry.
great.
Hang on. Oh, can I get Rusty? Yes, it's just
I think he needs something under his chin, so he might just stay there if you.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me just carry it.
We'll
Yeah.
go
Oh.
to our second song, shall we?
Yes, let's do that.
So this song is called Friend, and it's by The Flight of the Conchords. And
It's funky.
I told you I was freaky. Listen to the Foodie Show.
How did you fall out? Hey, boy.
What happened?
You fell out of the hole.
I think he wanted to get it because it's hard for him to hold his head. I think, especially if we ask him, it's hard on the spine kind of thing.
When you've had to do things to him, or the vet has, does he understand that you're trying to help?
Oh, he loves the acupuncture.
Ah,
He
yeah.
loves it actually.
Even if it's uncomfortable, he knows you're trying to help him.
It's not comfortable. He loves it. He sleeps after when he gets it. Yeah.
Maybe you'll hold him. Do you think it's?
Oh,
Fine
he's
for
so
me.
cute.
Right?
Can I take a photo for my
Oh, of
mum?
course
My
you
mum
can.
that
Please
loves
do.
dogs. He's got the old man eyes.
Baba, baby,
Yes, he does.
baby.
He's still aware of what's going on. I can tell from his eyes.
He knows what's happening. In fact, he's looking around.
Yeah.
Baby boy. Good boy.
Hikari, would you like to try the thing that Karen brought in? And give us
Yeah.
a review afterwards.
Baby, sit up this
Are you
way.
comfortable?
I am.
And we need to adjust. I'll move it. You sit the way you're comfortable.
Oh, thank you.
I can
You move that up. Oops. Okay, baby.
If you want to move into the table like you've been sitting, I can do that.
television thing to churn through.
Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies, the tastiest food show on 100.4 FM. It's us, Alina Williams and Warwick Foy, in the studio with the red walls. And we are so privileged today because we have Karen and Rusty as our guests. The famous foodie and her dog, Lady with the Corgi, and Taranaki Foodies admin, who helped to lift a lot of food businesses in Taranaki. And today she brought some strange things. I don't actually know how to call it. There are two words, two phrases on the packet. It's called twisties and spicy ramen.
So do you know Pussies?
No.
They're a New Zealand corn snack.
Okay.
It's
Spicy,
shaped,
spicy.
orange, like burger rings, that kind of thing.
Oh, I'm not really aware
Cheese
of
balls.
majority of this food that's sold in a packages, but I like the taste of it. I can see that Warwick's body doesn't like it because
I
it's
do,
really spicy.
but they are really quite spicy.
But Mikari, who is our taster and videographer,
Oh, having
looks
problems.
like enjoying it. He's a very international man with his taste buds, and once he finishes, he might give a little bit of a review for it. But we were talking about your amazing life travel, basically. So last time you told us that you're actually a writer and do a lot of writing, not only food writing, but in general. Tell us more about how you actually became such an iconic food writer in Taranaki.
To be honest, I don't know how it happened, you know. I'm an older person, so, you know, unlike the younger generation, I don't do much on Instagram or TikTok. In fact, I don't have TikTok. I've got Instagram, but I am of that generation where I prefer Facebook, because I think it gives me a chance to write stuff, and of course, you know, you're a solo migrant, you don't have family and all that. Sometimes you just want to write things out of your head, and people call it journaling, you know, writing a diary, whatever. And of course, you know, in my life, I'm passionate about food. I love corgis. So, you know, I go through my day, something happens, and then I thought, oh, I'll write about it. The next thing I know, I'm writing about food, you know.
You're a chef though.
Used to be a chef. I started off as my very first career. I was a chef for 7 years.
And why did you come out here, and why did you come out here by yourself?
As into New Zealand?
Mm.
Interesting. Very good question. So, let's go back to the time when I was 18 or 19. I left school, secondary school, and then I did 2 years of chef's training back in Singapore. And, you know, I worked in a hotel and all that, and I thought, hey, you know what, I just want to get some overseas experience. So I told my dad, I said, hey, you know, my friends are going to uni. I said, why not send me overseas? And he's like, what do you want to do? I said, I want to train as a chef. He said, okay. So he said, look around, you know, I'm going to pay good money, so make sure I send you to a good school. I don't want to waste money and, you know, go to some, you know, third degree college. I said, okay. So I did some research and I found out there was this place called Le Cordon Bleu, not knowing what it was.
Cordon Bleu.
So anyway, I ended up in the London school, and then later I found out it was actually one of the most prestigious cooking colleges. So I went there, you know, got my diploma, super happy, at the best time of my life. London was amazing, cosmopolitan. It was there where I first tried Mexican food, Korean food, Ethiopian food.
Is that like in the 90s?
This was in the mid-90s, yeah, practically, you know, everything. So it was just so amazing. So anyway, after, you know, Cordon Bleu, I came back to Singapore. I worked for a while, but unfortunately I had a couple of injuries, you know, sustained some injuries, and I couldn't continue because, you know, I was having quite a bad effect on my body. So I thought, oh, you know, broke my heart. I had to leave the industry. So I left it with a very, very heavy heart. And that was when I was, you know, still trying to plan out my career, you know, like, I don't know what I want to do. But long story short, from the day I came back from London to the day I entered New Zealand, it was a 13-year journey of planning and discovery. And how did I end up in New Zealand? I just had a couple of criteria. And one of them was, it has to be English speaking. I was at the age where I thought, hey, you know what, I don't want to learn something new. And actually it was a dumb thing because I'm actually learning new things still. But at that point of my life, I thought, I don't want to learn a new language.
You probably already speak a couple of other languages.
I do.
So tell us what they are.
Okay, English is my first language, and then Mandarin Chinese was my second language that I had to learn in school. I am a Hokkien person, in terms it's a Chinese dialect, and Hokkien happens to be very closely related to Teochew. So those are two Chinese dialects. And interestingly, my late father came from Penang in Malaysia, and he's actually a Peranakan. The Peranakans were people that they were men that migrated from China. Maybe we're talking 6-7 generations ago, and they were poor laborers. They couldn't afford to, bring the woman in from China, so they intermarried with the Malay women in the Malaysian peninsula. So of course their offspring became known as the Peranakan people, and they are known to have a very, very unique style of cuisine.
And some say the best cuisine.
Apparently,
in the whole world.
yes, apparently. So so obviously, with my Peranakan heritage, I speak Malay. And then just a couple of years ago, I got hooked on the K-dramas. I thought, you know what, I'm not just going to read the subtitles. I want to learn something, and I thought, hey, let's do it, man. So found out there was a little Korean school here, and yeah, managed to learn just a little bit, but unfortunately, the school shut down due to a lack of enrollments. But I'm still watching my K-dramas, and I'm still learning.
And you also speak Corgi.
Yes. And back to your topic about how did I come to New Zealand? So, the country had to be English speaking for one. Number two, I wanted it to be a developed country. So I remember I had Canada, Australia, the US, the UK, New Zealand. Not surprisingly, UK was my top choice, given the fact that I studied in London. I knew the place. My heart was there at that time. I wanted to go back. But immigration was strict. Stood literally no chance, being a chef with just a couple of years experience, it wasn't good enough. And I don't know why I had this reasoning thinking that, hey, Canada is too far. I mean, New Zealand is just as far, but it was just dumb reasoning. And then I thought, hey man, if I go to the US, I gotta learn how to spell again. I gotta learn how to drive again on the other side of the road. I thought, no, I'm too lazy to learn. So it was just Australia and New Zealand at that stage. Went to Australia, unfortunately, during the time when there was a politician that wasn't very receptive towards Asian migrants.
Is the same one who's just risen again?
I believe that's the same one. I went there twice in 6 years, 1996 to 2002, Melbourne and Brisbane. Both times I got racially abused, sadly. So I thought, hey man, you know what? I think it's a sign, man. So still didn't know where I was gonna go, and then Lord of the Rings came out. I watched Lord of the Rings. I thought, my gosh, the scenery is amazing. And next thing, I ended up here.
And we'll come to Makaurau in a minute because they're dying to hear about the review of the Twisties. But have you been racially abused in New Zealand?
Sadly, just a couple of times, but mainly because of my previous job. It was my very first job in New Zealand as a child protection social worker.
Okay.
And it's you know that it's just an excuse, basically, just because they don't want you in their lives, and yeah. But other than that, people have been amazing, super helpful, welcoming. It's
Thank you for that's a very interesting story.
Thank
and
you.
a streak of courage running through it, I think, with the moves that you've made as a solo, single person.
Thank you.
Makaurau, is your mouth burning?
Oh hell no.
Oh, you're a brave man.
Oh no, nah, it's not. Wow, but I wish it was, but nah. I had some this is Mikaidi back on here. I had some twisty spicy ramen flavor, which look intense on the bag, but on the insides, it's okay. Definitely a must have. Like I'm grabbing when I'm off to a convenience store. Like it's definitely not like those average chips you would get from Countdown, like those Bluebird ones. Like the thing about me when it comes to chips, when someone would go, Mikaidi, do you want some? I'll be like, nah, not really. I had them 800 times. But when it comes to stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, I'm eating 8 bags already.
And where's he going to get them from?
And tonight I'm gonna have
Reduced
pulled up.
to
Reduced to clear. That's the new
At
secret.
Street.
Wow,
Street.
that's another sponsor of the Most Fan. Please support our supporters. Reduce to Clear is the new store which helps to save some products from the landfill, and also helps people on the budget to have their favorite brands in their pantry. So yes. Well, I tried it as well, and it's actually not bad. I don't know why I don't really eat things in the packages like that, but it's tasty.
Oh, it's too spicy for me.
Is it too spicy?
Yes.
So Mikari and I, the most Asian people here in the room, right? It's very interesting. So, as I described just before we listened to the song, that you instigate a lot of things in the world. And sometimes you don't even plan to do this, like with a walk group or something like that. And recently you came with an idea of a cooking book exchange. And you know, watching you cooking on your social media gave me bravery to try a new dish. And this new dish is just like, you guys are going to be laughing, because it's made of the gum of the peach tree. And my friend calls it like, you're trying to cook chunks of the wood of the peach tree. So I believe that it's a dish with the princesses, because those are little like pearls of transparent, almost looking like amber, and they're quite hard. And then you put them in the water, and they increase their volume like 10 times, and then you boil them. And they look already sweet, but you need to add sweetness to it. And it's the plant collagen sauce. And even if I would never meet you, or if you would never gift me a Chinese cooking book which had a lot of strange recipes in it, I would never have guts to actually try a new ingredient like that I have no idea. The cooking method was so alien to me. But actually it's very, very tasty and enjoyed. I also believe it has a very mild narcotic in it, because I feel so elated after eating my princess jelly.
It's a bit concerning.
I know, it's a self-administered prophecy. Things like that. So I believe a lot of people watch what you cook, and you give some thorough recipes, and they might just try your recipe with maybe some replacement or some other things. And so you're doing quite an interesting job here. You are transforming the whole hospo industry and cooking culture of Taranaki. So thanks for doing this. So for those people who would like to exchange cooking books, let us know in our group, and we will organize an event. Maybe we have a shelf in the Most FM somewhere we can store the cooking books. I don't know. Recently I got rid of a lot of them, but I can't get rid of yours because it's a very special one. So what's on the shelf of your cooking book?
Oh my goodness, I've got thousands of cookbooks, to be honest. To the point that I've run out of space. Some of them are just on piles, on the floor, but you know what, I just can't get rid of them. Yep. People say it's hoarding, but I say it's a passion.
Warwick, what cooking books do you use?
That's a good question. I've got a couple of true favourites. I went to Thailand when I was 30, come back from OE and got married, and had one last trip before the kids came along. And that's where I really got into cooking Asian food. So I bought a Thai cookbook. I can't remember what it's called. It's not a well-known one, but it's purple cover.
David Thompson?
Not David Thompson, but I've got that one as well.
That one is amazing.
Which is the iconic one. But and then I have a couple of other ones called Rice. So they're kind of books that you would see in a pretty mainstream bookstore. They're not niche, but it's called Rice, and it's got all the classic rice recipes from every.
Is that the one in blue?
Yeah, blue.
I have that one as well.
And then there's Asian food, or Asian recipes, the yellow one.
Yes, I've got that
Same
one.
series.
Mm.
So I've got a lot of start out of those in the early days. Now I use YouTube like to do with those because it's more current. If you don't like a certain recipe, you can find a different version, etc., etc.
Everyone does it, you're right, but I would like to stress that cooking books are not only about recipes. And recently, while we were waiting for the show to start, we were talking about an iconic person who started her journey as a foodie, and her journey is worth discussing. And Taranaki Foodies, her name is Laugan Ma. Tell us a few words about it.
Okay. So you would have seen this sauce in supermarkets, Asian shops, like even at CU and all that.
I think they have it at Kansai.
Yes, practically everywhere. You can't miss it. It's got a photo of a lady. It's got this yellow screw top cover. It's in a jar. It's basically a chili oil, and it goes extremely well with dumplings. So all you need is that.
There's a few
Spoonful of it.
versions, eh?
Few versions here. All you need is a spoonful and some black vinegar, and you're good to go.
So when you say black vinegar, do you mean malt vinegar?
No, Qingqiang black vinegar, Chinese black vinegar. Yeah.
Do we
I
get
don't know
from
about
the
it
Korean
either.
supermarket?
No, Asian shops.
Okay.
Yeah. They have it at. I've seen it at CU. I've seen it at the other Asian shops as well.
So I'll tell you my story about they're called the grandma chili. Is that right? The grandma
Laukanma,
sauce?
godmother, which means godmother.
Godmother. So I was at a friend's house, they're a Chinese family, and in the middle of winter, they had all the windows open. I don't know why it was like that, but that's part of the story. Anyway, they then produced, with the grandma in the kitchen and the mum, this feast for us. We were like humbled, we were like, look, we just wouldn't be happy with it. But they produced this feast, and I loved the chili sauce. And the father said to me, Guang, where's his name? He said to me, go to the Asian supermarket and look for the jar with the grandma, the face. Always remember it. So I went down there, and sure enough, the face of the lady's name, which is
Logan. Oh no, Tao.
Tao. I can't remember her name.
Tao Huabi.
Tawabi. That's right.
And I found it, and then I got into some of the other variations of it. There's one with peanuts.
Yes.
And
The one with mushrooms is the best.
Yeah, the mushrooms, yeah. And she also makes, her company makes the crispy chili flakes.
Yes.
And she's credited with introducing those two delicacies to the Western world.
And you said that she started humble, very.
Very humble. In fact, what happened was that she was widowed, and obviously she's from this village in China, where there's, poverty was rife, and she's got 2 young children to feed. She's illiterate, never had spent a day in school. And what do? Well, she thought, you know what, I'm just gonna set up a roadside stall and sell noodles. And she noticed that people were eating the noodles, but then when other shops were opening nearby, the other restaurants were actually buying her sauce to use for their noodles. And word of mouth spread because it was an area with truck drivers. Truck drivers were telling other people, so word spread about her sauce, and then she realized, you know what, the sauce is actually more popular than my food. So she shut down her roadside stall, and I think set up a small little factory, possibly from home, and that's how the business grew. And apparently she's a billionaire today.
Wow, I love this story because it corresponds to New Zealand ingenuity, and a lot of people are at the start of their journey right now in Taranaki. They have an idea, or maybe they have a product or a service in mind. They kind of want to promote, and they don't know where to bring them. But authenticity and hard working probably can make you a billionaire if you have a product that everyone loves. Wow, thank you very much for sharing this. Let's go back to the everyday reality of your life. Every day you post something on Taranaki Foodies, and I really appreciate it. Sometimes you even have time to post it on your own page. And every Sunday you go to the Sunday market. So tell us about excitement of your love, food that you talk about, vendors that you love, and just whatever drives your desire to keep going.
I know that you know them all by name, right?
They definitely know you.
Yep. I'm very much a creature of habit. I like the Sunday market because I think, for me, it gives me something to do, and then I get a chance to bring him out. Given that I'm quite exhausted after work on weekdays and I don't really do much. So I thought, no, it's just that 1 or 2 hours where I can go out, eat something nice, support a small local business, and, do something. And I remember when I first went to the market, I was blown away. I mean, the Hyotoki Plaza is small. It's not a big area at all. But you look at it today, you've got fresh, organic produce, you've got meat, you've got, bagels from New York. I mean, you've got French pastries, you've got Sri Lankan food, you've got French crepes, Italian pasta, you've got that Japanese taiyaki coffee, you've got Peruvian, you've got matcha as well.
Oh,
You even have matcha, you've got this macadamia nuts, organic, food, you've got the eggs.
Chef Naomi?
Yes, Chef Nelly. You even have, I think, the Middle Eastern
Ah, yeah.
that sells the dips. I think it's,
And the breads?
yes, that's right, Big Blanche has so much. I mean, there's just so much going on in that little space, and then it's so nice to see people, you know, like queuing up behind the bread truck. You know, people actually trying out something new. They've never tried it before, and they thought, you know, I'll try something new. It's just so nice to see that little space bustling and growing.
Do you like the candles?
Aye?
Do you like the candles?
I've actually used it.
The candles is quite a new, I think, store.
Oh, right.
But they're made from beeswax.
What are they? I haven't
Yeah,
actually
and
used it.
they're
yet.
Natural.
beautiful, yeah.
Do you like candles, Warwick?
I do like candles, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank you for telling. We didn't, out of everyone that you mentioned, we didn't have Kenji with the matcha. So let's work together on bringing him to the show. Yes, he would listen to you because he regards you really, really highly.
Nice.
And but in general, we absolutely love the vibrancy and diversity of our food offerings. We have people from all over the world, from all over parts of the world, and it's wonderful to be able to kind of travel around the world without actually leaving Taranaki.
Indeed, we are so blessed to have, you know, practically cuisines from all around just in that little space, you know.
Now we did forget a couple, so we forgot about the Bee and Flow Marika honey,
Of course,
the
New
face
Zealand honey.
painting, the blueberry patch, the Bradford Brothers.
I think Blueberry Patch came to our place.
That's right.
Bradford Brothers got an invitation, but they didn't show up, so.
Because they make lovely food, but they're not all there every time, are they? There's the Fat Flow Hello Soaps, all the sessions, one of my favourites. The Fresh Fish, DJ's Fresh Fish.
I haven't seen it for a while.
No. And so on. So yeah, it has really grown, and it's got some classic items that you can purchase.
Definitely, yeah. In fact, I mean, you know, Yamada Chaya is amazing because I used to drink green tea from a packet, not knowing what real green tea was, and then, you know, I bought your matcha, and I thought, hey, you know what, I'm not drinking the instant stuff again, man.
Also the fungi.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a weird looking that
Pinky.
scallop.
Yep.
Is it scallop fungi?
Yep.
But
Beautiful.
They're delicious. All right, Alina, are we going to play the third song?
Yes, let's do that.
It's called Foodie.
Yes. And it's from the Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Can I open the bread? Yes. Come, we go back to the bread. Good boy. Oops.
Do you need help? Or you alright?
Should be fine. Yeah.
Probably done it
Is he
before. we need
nappy?
help.
Is he covered up with his nappies?
Yes. The weenie is out, but
Oh,
yeah.
his weenies out. Okay.
Sorry, I said it on air.
Good boy.
You like those, don't you?
They're the best.
You can take that one.
Gary, you are growing basically so much. I mean, you go so flawlessly and effortlessly now, because before it sounded a little bit more rehearsed, although you didn't rehearse it, but now you feel comfortable in front of the microphone, so well done. So we're going to wrap up. If you want to kind of
There you go. Good boy. Good.
about what? What is it?
You can eat them now.
Ah, no, I haven't.
Tell me.
So we bought Thermomix, and
Oh, yeah.
this Cookie Dough is the recipe book, which is 150,000 recipes. And we enjoy, and Kiri cooks a lot.
Oh.
Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies, the tastiest food show on 100.4 FM, proudly sponsored by Salt Restaurant of Millennium Hotels. It's us, Alina Williams and Warwick Foy, in the studio with the amazing duo of Taranaki Foodies, Karen and Rusty. Yes, and her nickname is also Lady with a Corgi. He doesn't have a nickname because he's Rusty.
He's rusty.
Do people call you the corgi lady?
Oh,
The dog
everything. The corgi lady, the queen. Everything.
So, we're about to wrap up our show and go to the segment about the beer, which is famous food writer, beer writer, Michael Donaldson, our almost the same famous Warwick Foy, going to talk about beer. So, is there anything Karen, you would like to highlight in Taranaki that's happening right now, or something that you are looking forward in the future, food-wise? Just tell us.
I guess for me it's very much the same thing, you know, go out, explore around, you know, try something new, don't always go to the same joints, you know, try something new, support a small local business because it means the world to them, you know.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you very much for administering Taranaki Foodies page. And sometimes this 11 p.m. message that you send are so vital, so no one actually gets scammed through our page. And I absolutely love everything you do. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Awesome.
Right. Thank you, Rusty, for coming to the show. Last time you said a word to the microphone, but this time
He
you
doesn't
don't have
but now,
to.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
thanks.
Thank
Great to see
you.
you, Karen and Rusty, and we'll be back next week. And stick around for moments of happiness in 6 minutes.
Awesome.